Hello everyone. Hello, good morning. Do you have the sound coming at the moment? Can you hear us? Good morning everyone. I hope you can hear the sound which is coming. Felipe, good morning. Cindy, good morning. Yanis, good evening. I hope you can get a signal coming. Yes, you get a signal coming. Thank you very much for writing. Our topic today is happening or calling. Yes, happening, what is happening in the moment. What is happening in Hebrew, the word is kara, kof resh hey. This is happening, happen. Yes. And the same verb, but with the letter aleph at the end, instead of hey, kara. This is both to call someone in a name or having a phone call, or to read a book, and I will explain how those things are connected. Yes? Good morning, Abigail, good morning. So, in other words, what is happening in the moment spontaneously is happening if we're present at the moment. This is also what is not just happening, this is also what is the calling. Do we understand the relation between happening and calling? Do we understand the relation between what is happening and the calling, the communication? If don't, you can open your mic. It is also an option to speak, to dialogue about this. If you wish, you can just lift a hand and unmute yourself, and we can speak about the relation between what is happening and what is calling. Yanis, did you understand the relation between happening and calling? What is happening in a moment? Cindy, Abigail. Happening, yes. Calling, no. Yeah, yes, like inner calling. The relation between them. Do we understand? Good morning, Eniola. Our topic today is what is happening / calling, because in Hebrew also there is a relation between those two verbs. What is happening, kof resh hey, yes, kof resh hey, and to call or to read is kof resh aleph. There is a relation between those two verbs or those two concepts, because what is happening in the moment, this is what is present. In the spontaneous moment, what is present. And what is happening is a communication of the inner calling. This is a good question, Yanis. This is a very, very good question. The communication, there is in a way, because it's non-duality. So there is not in and out. So do we understand between kara and kara? Because, and please, you can, again, I remind us all, you can unmute yourself and we can speak about this, maybe with voice that you will hear, a conversation between two. It will help us to understand the relation between happening and calling. Yes, in certain ways we could say, Yanis, that calling is inside, because this is kara with aleph, yes, kof resh aleph. This is like we have 100 kof, and then we have 200, let's say like this, 100, 200, and 1, because now it jumps, the numbers are jumping in the order. Let's see, Yeah, kara, to call, is 100, 200, or 1 when the movement is from the source to the duality, and to the one, to unity. This is the meaning of calling. Kara. Kara. Kara is to call, and it comes from the calling. The inner calling comes from the source, 1, moves through duality, 2, and go back to the source. This is kara. This is the inner calling. Do we understand that? This verb is fitting, yes? Yes. In English, the verb calling, to call, but also to read, because when there's a reading, there is connection with the source. Yes. Kara, this we understand. So, this is the verb kara with aleph, with 1 at the end. But there's also what is happening at the moment, and both of them are connected. I will explain how what is happening in the moment is a communication. Yes, yes, like in a book, like inner understanding, yes, like that, yes, yes, most welcome. So, what is happening at the moment, and then we have kara with hey, with 5, right, 100 and 200, there she's 200, and hey is 5, yes, when 5 is the full perspective, full hand perspective, and 5, hey and aleph can be replaced, yes, because the full hand or the 5 holds also the thumb or the origin. So sometimes those letters can be exchanged, hey and aleph. Yes, sometimes they can be exchanged. So what is happening at the moment is what is calling. So there aren't any two realities in a way, because sometimes what we do or what we're educated to do is that we can direct, or can we control, or we can shape reality or color reality to smooth it, to make it better, that it will not be out of key, out of shape, yes, untuned. But sometimes all the time, what is happening, this is what is present. And acknowledge and to be in connection with what is happening, with the present moment, with the calling. Not try to beautify it, not try to portray it like something like plastic image or so. To acknowledge what there is. This is what is happening in the moment. It's real. Sometimes we think at the moment that those are really crisis moment or deep moment or unfortunate moment, but later it is the best thing that could have happened to us. Yes, to acknowledge. Sometimes it can be, this is what is happening, can be at the moment very painful, because we have to drop some kind of an idea or some kind of perspective, but in the long run it appears to be the best thing that is or has happened to us. So what is happening in the moment? Because most of the time it's like a beat. Yes, like a heartbeat, what is happening at the moment. The calling is like a beat. Because most of the time we are occupied with what happened in the past, narration, or whatever, collecting evidence against ourselves, yes, or others, doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Or we're occupied with what will happen in the future. And in a way, we're not there. We're not present in the heart. So, this is the meaning of calling in English, or happening in the moment. Kara and kara. What is happening in the moment, it is what is calling us. Yes, to attend, to acknowledge. And sometimes it can be, let's say we set a meeting, yes, and somebody's not coming. So this is what is happening. Okay, set a meeting and nobody's coming. Okay, so this is what is happening. It's also, to acknowledge, not try to stretch it, to move it, to circulate it. This is what is happening. Like, we missed the bus. Okay, so the bus has passed, came a few minutes before time. There is no bus in the next half an hour, 20 minutes. Acknowledge this. This is what is happening. Or there's a mist in the morning. Or there's a dust storm. This is what is happening. So this is also a calling. This is not just happening in English, what is happening. It's also what is calling. We do understand the relation between what is happening, kara, in Hebrew, and kara in Aleph, which means to call, yes, or to read the situation. If there's a dust storm, let's say what we had this morning, you cannot leave the house. Even if you try, just can't. You try and everything goes in a way in different directions, and then you cannot arrive when you thought you should be. So this is what is happening. There's a dust storm, and buses have different plan, and the weather has different plan, and so on. So this is what is happening. So what is happening in the moment? Yes, this is the calling. They're trying to tell us what is happening in the moment. Yes, because sometimes we have plan, or we go what we figured before, but at the moment. And it is, in a way, relieving the heart, because in a way we're doing nothing, just acknowledge what there is at the moment. We did not initiate those conditions, just go along with what there is. Yes, let go and go along with what there is. Yes. Yes, Cindy, it can arrest us, but also, yes, the letting go, yes, the letting go. As long as we struggle, yes, this is arrest, yes. Once we understand it's nothing to do with us, this is what there is, and we accept. Acceptance of this mode in the moment is a great thing. It's not passivity. People usually translate accepting things or accepting the moment as passivity, but accepting is a great capability. Yes, because while accepting something, we stop the struggling. We stop going against something. So accepting, in a way, is in non-duality. Accepting is also Kabbalah. In Hebrew, Kabbalah, accepting, what people used to translate as Kabbalah or Kabbalah. What is the meaning of Kabbalah? Kabbalah. How they pronounce it in different languages. What is the meaning? To accept, not just to receive, but also to accept reality. To accept reality in the moment. To accept, Kabbalah is to accept, to reconcile, to agree to what is happening in the moment. Not just to receive, like, like somebody's giving, and there's also receiving. This is also receiving, but it's also parallel. It has many meanings, but one of them is to just accept what is happening in the moment, because we are not in charge. This is the meaning of Kabbalah. acceptness. How do you say acceptness? Yes. To accept what is happening because we are not creating all of those things. Also accepting the moment in a way and not opposing some kind of behavior or tendency from us to the situation is being in peace with what is happening. Yes, this is being in peace because we don't show A or B as options to the situation. Yes, accepting this is peace because there's nothing there. At the moment of acceptance, yes, when we accept the moment, we don't push, yes, against or push or pull. This is what when there's a door, yes, it is written on the glass door, either push or pull. When we accept a moment, we're not pushing or we're not pulling. There is no, in a way, active action. This is nothing. And with this nothing comes a lot of peace. Yes, yes. Yes, true, true. Questions? So accepting the moment is not just, how can I say? Accepting the moment grants immediate peace, but not just immediate peace, but in a way we stopped losing energy on struggle against this moment or pro this moment to accelerate something or to reject it. Yes. So, and then our actions in the world, they're more focused and less noise because most of the energy goes either pro something or against something. Yes, this is duality. But accepting it is quite, in a way, it gives a lot of peace, but also a straightforward relation, not with veils. Questions or thoughts or things that you would like to share, you're most welcome to share them. Yes. Hello, Cindy. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, yes. Good morning. How do you do?
Good, thank you. Um, yeah, I just had this experience maybe a week ago. I was struggling in my head about the way someone had done something that I didn't feel was stellar or the way I would have done it. And of course, I'm making up a story about all of this. And all of a sudden, just this inner voice said, it happened. And like you say, immediate peace came because I just, in a way, dropped it. Like it did, that did happen. I accept it. And then I found myself grateful for the truth that was revealed in that circumstance or happening. And it was a very amazing experience. And the first time that that had happened, even though I have tried to accept things before. Um, but nothing quite like that. So, yes, I just wanted to share that. I agree. It can be very peaceful to be able to do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Sydney, because in the moment of accepting, there's a lot of load which is just false, and there's a lot of relief. And suddenly, not just relief come, but also happiness. Because we're not occupied, or the frontal brain is not occupied with those stories, with those battles. And it is great relief because it's not something which is happening. Yes? Just to remember that it is happening to all of us, this narration, this story, or this what is happening. This is a mental activity or mechanical activity, and this is just as mechanics, and I would say thematic as the moon circle, planet Earth. This is just ingrained. We cannot do anything about it. This is how we come to the world, all of us. So just to acknowledge what there is. Yes, there isn't any a pill. Yes, people used to take pill against every notion or emotion to feel like good or with control. So there isn't any pill in the world that can put or shut this down. Usually people are drinking, yes, drinking alcohol or doing drugs to shut this mechanical or mental activity. But and then of course if they notice there's a need to rehab or to recover, but it is happening to all of us. Yes, it is this mental activity, it is happening to all of us. This is why it is so important to, I think, I mean, it works to speak about those things, yes, regularly, to remind us. And this is quite relieving. Another question that asked today, not today, but this week, Megan was asking if we are coming to life or we are being born with qualities. She was asking very interesting question about the moment of birth. Are we coming with qualities or we are developing them? So just to summarize, her question is that whenever there's a birth and a child is being born to here, to this life, he or she are already born with a set of everything. Everything is ready. Qualities, behavior, condition, everything is there. And during the course of their life, baby, he or she, he or the surrounding, she, the baby, will discover what are the qualities. But we are coming here with a complete set, each one, that set of qualities which will fit, yes, in a way, his or her destination. We have no control about the qualities that we are born with. Let's say, if people have like temperament, they have more like, let's say, organic temperament, or more like they have temper. This is something that we don't choose. People being born with certain temperament. If people are a bit slow, this is something that we don't choose, none of those things. Yes, we are coming here with a complete set. Nobody asked us where to come, in which continent to be born, to which parents, yes, in which time, to what culture or language, or not the qualities. All those things are given to us in a relation to what the soul, which is traveling temporally on planet Earth, will do. So it's a set of skills or set of tools that we are receiving from divinity to accomplish here a mission of a lifetime spent. This is it. Yes? It's very simple. Because the question, now I remember that Megan was asking about personalities, traits. Yes? It's like, has to do with a persona or something. No, this is just a toolbox or something, or a set that we are coming with into the world. Nobody had any choice or previous choice about the qualities. Yes, it comes from there, and it fits perfectly what we will do here, or what we're at the moment not doing actively or personally, but what is happening. It just fits. Though we have a tendency to judge it is good and bad and so, but it is said. Yes, Cindy, it seems that many times there are stumbling blocks against our. What do you mean? It seems to us that, yes, when things are happening, and it seems to us that it's against what we think life is about, yeah? We think that certain things are obstacle and they should not be on the road or on the way because they are in a way disturbing our destiny, because we presume that we know what is our destiny or role. Yes, because according to yes, Fernando. Yes, sometimes we think that something is very not right, yes, which is happening in life. It should not be because others, let's say, don't have those things or stones. But apparently in time we understand why it was or why it had to be so. Yes, at the moment we don't understand, we think it's wrong, an obstacle. Yes. Because when we think that something is wrong or there's an obstacle, there's already two authorities, yes? So there's like the infinite, and there's a finite self in us that tells us that this is an obstacle or this is wrong. So there is in a way two authorities, and it cannot be, this is not two. Yes, this is not two, non-duality. Yes, Cindy? Parents or church or friends, opinions? Yes. Yes, yes. See. Yeah, negative, yes, Yanis. If a person, yes, at birth, yes, there is a birth of a baby. The baby might be a great, let's say, source of life to everyone, and also a psychopath comes at birth. Yes, both are coming from the gate. Yes. Yes, Fernando. Pharaoh forgot about Joseph. Belshazzar forgot Daniel's secret. Yes. And children of Israel forgotten. Yes. Yes. It seems that we need to remember the importance of presence. Yes, yes, yes. There is forgetfulness all the time. You're right, Fernando. The forgetfulness is the denial, yeah, of what is happening at the moment. There's a denial. Yeah, people try to make it. Hello, Abigail. Try to color it, and yes, there is the present speaks all the time, but sometimes it's not comfortable for us to acknowledge what happens spontaneously at the moment. Yes, so trying to do other things, it's not present. It's not present because it's not pleasant. Yes, if it's not pleasant to my ear, it's not happening, but it is happening. 1 week ago I took a bus, and I don't know why, it was Friday, but there were people handicapped on the bus, and somebody was really going, not just handicapped, he was something with his head, let's say, and he was cursing and relating to one of the passengers in a very humiliating, awkward way, and so this is what happened. So acknowledge, and the bus driver did not interfere, because who knows if those people are right or wrong, and sometimes bus drivers are afraid of their lives, and so just the next station I just dropped from the bus, because there's this is what I can do, acknowledge that this is what is happening and to leave the bus. Yes, but this is happening. Yes, it's happening. Another person was going on another person, not physically but mentally, with words, and you don't know where they come from or what is the mental profile, but it felt. So I dropped the next station from the bus, I quit, return on foot, and this is it. It was happening. You can't say it's not happening. Yes. Negative personality or psychopath, yes, they're also being born as like regular people or babies, and also psychopaths will act one day according to the plan. But both are coming from the same source. For us, this is very, very, hard to understand or to accept. But this is both coming from the same source. The generous and the intelligent and the psychopaths are coming from the same source. The bully at school, some children, or maybe when we were children, we remember the bullies at school. There are children in school that are behaving like bulls. They come and like sheriff, they make order, yeah. So both the bullies and the timid are coming from the same source. The intelligent children and the sensitive children are coming from the same source. When the bullies are coming from, it's hard to accept, because in the field you see something completely different. Like two opposites. The one who just gives and being kind to other children and helps them with what they need and being present at the moment. And the bully just, keeps shoveling punches, yes, with hard face. Yes, Cindy. So, do you have understanding of the parallel? Again, Cindy. What is the wheat? What is the story? The wheat and.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Cindy, yes.
It's a parable that Jesus taught um, about a farmer. He went out and he sowed seed, and his enemy in the night came and sowed seeds. It's called tares in some translations, like weeds, but I think the more accurate is darnel, which is like wheat, but it's poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
And so his enemy came and sowed that, and his workers came to him one day and said, "Oh no, didn't you sow good seed, master?" And he said, "Yes." And they said, "Well, now there's weeds everywhere, darnel too." And he said the enemy came and did this, and they said, "Well, should we pull it up?" And he said, "No, because you might damage the wheat if you pull it up. We'll let them grow to the end, and then we will take it all up, and the weeds will be burned, and the wheat will be taken." So that it, I just because the wheat and the tares are both representing people in that story, and then
Yeah.
one the good master sows, and then the other the enemy. So it's just interesting to me, but I don't feel like I understand it either.
Yes, both are coming this from. Yes, it is hard for us, yes, to accept. Everybody likes the dolphin. Just an example from another field. People like dolphins. They are very playful. Yes. If you swim and a dolphin comes swimming next to you, there's not much of a problem. True. But what will happen if a person swims in the sea or in the ocean and comes a shark? Will it be the same? People, when they see dolphin, yes, they're very amused of the dolphin. It's a very playful mammal. It's very sensitive. It can even make sounds, you know. But when people are swimming next to a shark, they don't feel amused. Not at all. Hello, Ruth. Very happy to see you. Very happy to see you. You see, so both the dolphin and the shark are coming from the same source. Yes, they're both coming from the same source. And each one of them has a function. The shark, whenever there's a birth in a shark of a female shark, they're coming to two little baby sharks. Yes, and this is by nature. This is a law of nature. Whenever the female shark gave birth, it's always like for two babies shark, but at the moment of birth, one shark is swallowing the other. This is the law of nature. Yes, this is how it comes built in nature. This is it. In every one of us, there is an infinite aspect and a finite aspect. The infinite is not limited, always is and will be. This is why they say in the prayers, Hashem, that the being is governing, Hashem Hayah V'Viyeh, the whole names or appearances of being, was, is and will be. So the infinite is there. And the finite, yes, and all of us have those aspects. The infinite exists. There is no question about it. And the finite will be removed in time. Yes, the finite is the body. The body is not just the organs, the head, the arms, the hands, and the feet, but also the brain. The brain is part of the body. This is the finite self. All those stories, calculations, yes, this is happening. This is a finite self. So each and every one of us, in a way, has those two, so to speak. When the infinite is hidden, the finite is revealed. But at the moment of passing, the finite self will be removed, and the being continues to be. So in a way, there is no birth and there is no death, because the being is always being. It's an unconditional. So in each and every one of us, there is an infinite and finite. What the finite is the self. This is the finite, yes, aspect of us. Yes. Yes. The infinite, in a way, is always calling. The infinite is what is happening. The infinite is what is happening in the moment, and this is very spontaneous, and this is what is present at the moment. This is the infinite, always. Always. but the finite self always comes with its narration, yes, its limitations, and tells a story. There are obstacles. It should not be like that or like this. I have other plans than reality. This is interesting. So it happened, yes. At the beginning of the corona, there were many lockdowns, and they took hard steps because at the beginning people did not know it's going to stay 2 years or so. So they say the more limitation we put on the public, the faster, yeah, we can go out of the corona. Yes, this was the assumption. And one of the Israeli actors, he was persona actor. He's a singer, an actor, has how do you say, has TV shows, movies, all over the place. And he said, it's enough for this corona. I just would like to go and to do the movies and make another movies. I don't have the time for the corona. Yes, this is the self, finite self. I'm telling the corona does not fit my schedule. I need to film a movie or to act on stage in theater. It doesn't fit me. There are limitations. He did not care. This is happening all over the world. Pandemic. This, his own narration says, doesn't fit me. Yes. Therefore, just bring everything, reality, back to how it used to be before the corona broke. Yes, this is the finite self. It doesn't fit me. What is happening in the moment does not fit me. This is also the Prime Minister. This is to show us how people think that they are wise, also that they are. We say in German, Uber. They are over reality. They know everything. Prime Minister in Israel, he was upset. Did not fit the economy. What happened in the first months of the corona. So there was a very famous doctor that used to deliver babies. You know, people go for fertility. Many people. And he's the best doctor in Israel for fertility. There is not any doctor bringing babies, yes, as he does. Everybody goes to this doctor because it happens. Many babies are being born under his treatment. So he was so famous. So the Prime Minister called this doctor at the beginning of the corona, and he told him, "You're a very excellent doctor. You make the impossible. You bring all the babies here by treatment. So now I will appoint you as a corona projector, and you, with your abilities of fertility doctor, or with your beautiful skills, you will finish the corona, and then Israel will go out of the corona, because if you just give it the right treatment, the corona will disappear." Of course, this doctor was very proud because everybody running after him for babies. So gladly he took upon himself to be the corona projector. Yes, that he will, the general that will fight the corona. Of course, it did not happen, of course. And the Prime Minister keep nominating every 5 months another general to fight the corona, and another one, until after 2 years of corona he nominated 5 people, senior doctors. Nothing happened until it moved away by natural. But this is what people say when they think they know better than what is happening. They just appoint doctors, generals, and they think that they, with just a signature on a paper and a word, they can just undo what is happening, undo reality, undo the mode. Does not happen. This is just a little example. There is only one prayer, Cindy. What has the Greeks say also? What will happen will happen. Because what is happening is usually people pray for something that it will benefit their condition. Yes, privately. It doesn't work like this. What will happen will happen. Of course, the praying is part of nature. This is what we do because it's like more to go inside, yes. But to ask for certain things, there's only one prayer that everything will happen as it should. This is one reality. We can wish people goodness, so of course, yes, wish people goodness, so blessings or good words always, yes. But to direct reality according to this is something that doesn't happen. You cannot direct reality. It's an illusion, yes. The finite, yes. 1 second, Eniola. ¿Qué sera ça? Yes. Because what is happening, what is calling, yes. What is happening is what is calling. We are just in a way evidencing what is happening. We're not doing anything. It is happening through us. Yes, this is how it works. Children are being born, life are being lived, and there's no personal doership. Questions or thoughts before we seal this conversation today? Meaning of tefillah. Meaning of tefillah is secondary. Tafel, there is in a way to understand that we are second, yes, we are not prime. We say that tefillah is from sometimes when we say that the food is without salt, yes, so in Hebrew we say tafel, taf and tet, yes, and there's a lot to say about it. I shall send you an article, Yanis, in Hebrew about it, the meaning of tefillah, prayer, to understand that we are secondary, that we are just, finite. This is the meaning of tefillah. How do I know the self being? 505, yes. You mean tefillah is 505? Tefillah and Shira are the same value, I think. Tefillah. There are few ways to see prayer. One is that to understand that we're just finite. It comes from that. Yes, to understand that we are little. Yes, and then we comes because a person who thinks that he is a general or big one, he doesn't go and pray or ask for something because he has everything under control. So one aspect of a prayer is to go inside and to understand that we are really little in this infinite. And this is one aspect. Yes. And another aspect is that it has to do with the salt, because when a person is already in the moment of praying, he is in a way in a distance from the source. Yes, it has to do with the words. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Fernando. There's so much to say about prayer. It has to do with feeling little or incriminating ourselves, or we are feeling the distance or the relation to the king and to the soul. There's so much to say about that. But it's also very simple, because what is happening is happening. We arrive to the moment of praying, and this is what is happening naturally in us, is that we go inside. Yes, we go inside, something happens, and we overwhelmed from what is happening, and then it's not in my hand, or as I thought, and then comes a moment of going inside, and then comes a request. Yes. Yes, there's a lot to say about prayer. Prayer is something that happens naturally, but prayer is also singing. It has the same value in Hebrew, prayer and singing. And in a way, the whole universe is singing and praying. It's not something external. Yes, singing and praying is not something for itself. Yes, Shiran Tfilah 515, yes. Poetry, singing and praying, it's the same thing. Returning to the source, yes. Yes. Yes, I remember. To sing is to pray. To sing is to pray. Yes. To sing is to pray. And with this beautiful understanding, I would like to complete our conversation today. Yes, and thank you for being here with us today. Thank you all, Yanis and Niola, Fernando, Abigail, Cindy, Ruth, Harvey. Yes, 500 is the tree of life, and 15 is, that's correct. That's correct, Fernando. 500 years is the tree of life. Yes, and 15 is wisdom and understanding. Yes, poetry. Yes, love and mercy. Poetry and praying is a very, very high, in a way, score. Yes, because it comes to a very, very inner point in us, just to go very much inside. Very far, in a way, prayer is very far away from the finite self. Ya is wisdom and understanding. This is Ya in Hebrew. Yes, this is Ya. Wisdom and understanding. Here Fernando will write as he wishes. Wisdom and understanding. Yes, the two first letters of the Tetragrammaton, which are standing for wisdom and understanding, or above time and space. So any happening in singing, yes, or in praying, is to bypass, in a way, the time, in a way to drop off, yes, the finite self of space and time, and to go to the essence. Yes, yes. So yeah, it is in Portuguese. Yes, because yes, Yanis. Yeah, sometimes they write it from Portuguese, and this is how they write it in Portuguese. Yeah, it's in English, and yeah, I understand. So what is the meaning of poetry or singing or praying? Is to bypass, in a way, space and time, or to bypass or to penetrate the finite self that always lives externally in space and time, and capture space and time as the ultimate truth. And suddenly comes this notion of singing or praying goes inside. Yes, because every praying, in a way, is cancelling space and time, or singing because it's beyond. always beyond. Yes, yes, yes. Everything is right. Yes. Praying is in the moment, is happening in the moment, like poetry or singing happens in the moment. Yes. So, thank you for being with us today. I would like to wish you Shabbat Shalom, good life, and see you as soon as possible. Toda Rabba and Shalom Shalom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.